You guys are watching the 49ers Report. I am Cam Rogers. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. I love interacting with all of you guys out there. All right, so let's get into some training camp notes. We'll start things off with a little injury update here. So Jimmie Ward has been dealing with a hamstring. He's day-to-day. By the way, most of these injuries are very low-key, not big deals. So Ward should be fine going forward. Brock Coyle has a groin. He's more resting as we stand to. Arik Armstead is probably the most concerning out of all of the names on this board here. Hamstring out 1 week at least. It could be more, so stay tuned for that. But obviously Arik Armstead is very critical to the edge rushing ability there for San Francisco, a team that needs to improve in the sack department. Then you got J.P. Flynn, knee, a little bit of a rest as well at the same time, day-to-day, and a couple of other, shall we say, lesser names out there. Coyle included at the tight end position, dealing with a groin day-to-day. Again, Garnett you could throw in on that list too, but very minor. He should be good to go going forward as well. All right, so that's the injury rundown. Let's talk about some buzz out there out of camp. And Aaron Burbridge, well, he's impressing so far. His stock is trending up, and it's interesting because a lot of wide receivers for the 49ers are generating a ton of chatter. Dante Pettis, Richie James, Aaron Burbridge is included as well. Now, he has a lot to prove here. He is the 2016 sixth-round selection during the Trent Baalke era, the final draft class for Trent Baalke. So kind of the same logic there as with Josh Garnett. There's a lot more to prove for those players rather than the players drafted during the John Lynch era. Because John Lynch doesn't have any, shall we say, loyalty to those players, Burbridge or Josh Garnett. It's all on them to perform and impress John Lynch because he didn't draft them. Baalke did. Now, Burbridge is really panning out well so far. He's a special teams ace, too, so he's getting a little better at receiver at the same time. We'll see if he can actually make the team. It's going to be really hard because I only expect the 49ers to have 6 wide receivers on the depth chart for the 53-man roster. All right, folks, you're watching the 49ers Report presented by the Game Time app. If you want up to 60% off all those last-minute sports tickets, concert tickets, and theater tickets, check them out, chatsports.com/tickets. That'll take you right where you can download this 5-star app for iPhone and Android. All right, let's talk about Dante Pettis as well. Continues his stellar play during training camp. He beat out Ahkello Witherspoon a couple of times. He actually made a sliding catch just yesterday among 3 defenders. And he's showing incredible hands and route running. I really am excited to see what Dante Pettis will do on the 49ers this season. We can talk about Marquise Goodwin. We can talk about Pierre Garçon and Jerick McKinnon, and these guys are the veterans, and I get that. But this guy in Pettis, a second-round selection for the 49ers, I think could emerge as a big-time, I know we don't like to say breakout for rookies, but a breakout guy because he's going to emerge out of nowhere. We're not going to know who he is for people outside of Santa Clara and in Washington, I guess. And you're going to see him on the national stage at times making big-time plays. He's an electric guy. You take a look at the wide receiver depth chart. I got him right behind Trent Taylor. But I'll tell you what, I could get to a point where I shift up Pettis and put him above Taylor. As we stand, I'm keeping Taylor there at number 3 as the starting slot corner. But keep in mind, Dante Pettis generating a lot of positivity out there. All right, let's talk about Josh Garnett. He's been underwhelming so far, and I talked about how this was supposed to be Garnett's opportunity to shine during training camp, especially during the portion where Jonathan Cooper was on the PUP list. Now he is off the PUP list, and Josh Garnett has been missing practices recently. In fact, Kyle Shanahan had some stern words for Garnett after missing yesterday's practice. Quote, "It's tough to make this team and do it if you're not out there." I was a little surprised Garnett didn't make it today. I'd be more surprised if he's not out there Thursday. So, of course, the quote was yesterday after practice, and for Garnett, the pressure is on. A first-round selection in the 2016 NFL Draft. He was, cemented to be the right guard for San Francisco, and then Jonathan Cooper gets signed, and now you have a competition, and Cooper's now going to be getting reps now that he's off the PUP list. So big time pressure for Josh Garnett to actually make this team. He could be traded too, so keep that in mind. Now, are you concerned about the 49ers offensive line? I know it was a concern for you guys at the beginning of the offseason, especially on the interior there, but a lot of changes have happened. I want to hear your thoughts on that front five there for San Francisco. And then the Kittle hype train continues, folks. He just had a really good practice yesterday. 5th round pick from 2017, of course. I've talked him up personally before. He reeled in a handful of throws, including consecutive 15-yard passes from Garoppolo, one of which was a one-hander near the sideline. Now, one of Kittle's calling cards coming out of college was his pure athleticism and how you could develop this raw prospect into something special. And I think Kittle will become a true security blanket for Jimmy Garoppolo and also a true red zone target for Garoppolo as well. So I think Kittle is going to be utilized very nicely this season at tight end. Yeah, you got Garrett Selleck, and he's a really good tight end too. But watch out for Kittle because he's starting to rise up on people's minds and becoming top of mind for a lot of people out there, kind of like a Dante Pettis. So Kittle could be a very important piece to that offense in 2018. All right, folks, wrapping up the 49ers report. Did you like my shirt? Well, I'm wearing a beautiful Mizzen and Main shirt. Comfortable.af, guys. That's the way to go. Sweat wicking technology. No ironing needed. No dry cleaning needed. The website, as you see at the bottom of your screen, comfortable.af. That is the way to go, folks. So get it done. All right, folks, I am Cam Rogers, and I am signing off. I'll see you next time.